This story comes from China. It's entitled, though stories I think originally probably didn't have titles. Who knows who made them up and what they were called originally. But here it's called A Clever Wife. A very long time ago, they lived in the far corner of China, far from the sea, a man called Fu Tsing. He was a good and simple man, but he had a very, very clever wife, and thank goodness he did, because he was always running to her. "Oh, my darling, could you please show me how this works? Look, I can't fix that. Oh, this has got stuck. Would you have the answer to this problem? I don't know what to do about her or him or whatever." And always that clever wife seemed to be able to come up with an answer. Fu Tsing was so proud of his wife. He told all his neighbours, all his friends. He called her incomparable wisdom, matchless wit, dearest capability. But still, he wanted the world to know that he had a clever wife, and he decided to write a big notice and put it up outside his house, proclaiming the matchless wit of Fu Tsing's wife. Unfortunately, the wording read like this: "A matchless wit like Fu Tsing's does with ease a million things." Of course, what he really meant was a matchless wit like Fu Tsing's wife, but he left out the word wife, thinking it was unnecessary and that people would understand. Well, the first person to pass was the local magistrate. "A matchless wit like Fu Tsing's does with ease a million things," he read. Ha! What a braggart! What a conceited man! What appalling arrogance! And he sent his clerk to summon that man, Fu Tsing, to his office. When Fu Tsing heard the summons, he was in fear and trembling, and he went to his wife. "What on earth am I going to do? What will the magistrate say? I've not done anything wrong." "Don't take any notice," said his wife. "Just go along and see what it's all about." When Fu Tsing appeared in front of the magistrate frowned. "So this is that arrogant fellow, is it? This is that fellow can do 1,000 clever things with ease, is it? Well, I'll tell you what, I'll just see whether that is so, because I am going to give you 3 tasks, and if you can't perform these tasks, then we'll just see how soon the court deals with such swollen heads of yours. Now listen carefully. The first task is, you shall weave a cloth as long as this road here to the sea. Got it? Now, the second task. You shall raise a pig as big as the mountain behind this town. And the third task? You shall make as much wine as there is water in the ocean." Fu Tsing went home. His head was bowed, his feet were heavy. His wife looked at him and said, "Well, what do the magistrates say?" "Oh, I've got to do these tasks," and he explained them to his wife. "I don't know how I'm ever going to do them." "Oh," said his wife, "the hardest tasks have always the simplest answers. Go to bed and I'll tell you what to do in the morning." Well, morning came. Fu Tsing has hardly slept a wink, as you could guess, but his wife presented him with 3 implements. The first one was a long ruler, the second one was a bowl, and the third one were balancing scales. And then she told him his instructions. Later that morning found Fu Tsing on the road to the magistrate's office. He knocked carefully on the door and asked to see the magistrate. And when the magistrate saw him, "Not you again? You haven't done the tasks already, have you?" Oh, pardon, your honour," said Fu Tsing, and bowed so low that his head touched the floor. "Pardon, your honour, but I was just wondering if you would be so kind as to further instruct me on these tasks. I have brought with me a ruler. If you would be so kind as to measure the road from here to the sea, I shall know how long a cloth I have to weave. And here is a measuring bowl. If you would please measure the water in the ocean, I shall know how many casks of wine to make. And here are some balancing scales. If you could weigh the mountain, then I will know how fat the pig must be that I have to raise. The magistrate frowned, and his piercing eyes looked through Fu Xing, and Fu Xing trembled with fear. But then the magistrate began to giggle, and laugh, and roar with laughter. And at last he realized that Fu Xing certainly had matchless wit, and he sent him on his way, still laughing.